Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at bands whose musical quality and popularity were undermined by the lead vocalist's relatively poor ability, stage presence, or public image. That's not counting frontmen who destroyed the group with serious scandal.
And that's the price that you pay!
Number 10. The Murder Junkies. G.G. Allin. Amidst the subversive politics and showmanship of New York's hardcore punk scene, G.G. Allin definitely stood out.
I am the highest power, the leader of the pack.
The prolific frontman's twisted act claimed infamy with the Murder Junkies. Their dynamic musicianship was overshadowed by Allin's guttural raving of the most morbid lyrics.
I pledge allegiance to disobedience, for which I stand.
On stage, he terrified audiences with mad antics, disgusting stunts, and self-harm. Off stage, he was known for extreme views and substance use, leading to his death at the age of 36. The Murder Junkies carried on, but with less attention. Still, Allin's deliberately divisive aesthetic had narrowed the band's following while revolting critics and audiences. Even some punks feel he cheapened their confrontational culture. Whatever one thinks of Allin, he's considered one of the most shocking rockers to ever defile the stage. Number 9. The Smashing Pumpkins. Billy Corgan. There's no denying the Smashing Pumpkins frontman's versatile talent as a songwriter and guitarist. As a singer, though, Billy Corgan has always divided audiences with his weak voice and brash delivery. It never fully fit the band's otherwise tight sound, despite Corgan's insistence that he is the band. His notorious ego is evident in live performances of more swagger than actual energy or charisma. Never mind the offstage drama behind regular band turnover through the years.
You blame yourself, but you can't ignore.
In the meantime, Corgan has had polarizing vanity projects, a scandalous love life, pretentious interviews, and more. The Smashing Pumpkins remain a beloved staple of 90s alt-rock. Still, even fans say they could have been more if Corgan had the leaderly chops to back up his reputation.
And I still believe that I can understand.
Number 8. The Strokes. Julian Casablancas. The Strokes' infectious artistry was indispensable to the rise of garage rock revival in the 2000s. But is Julian Casablancas really so indispensable?
Last night, she said, I'll never feel so down.
Though he's a talented songwriter, his bombastic and seldom melodic vocals have divided listeners.
I said, please don't slow me down if I'm going too fast.
The same goes for his slumping about and preoccupation with crowd work during concerts. It may drag down the flashy musicianship for some. One thing people can agree on is that Casablancas' brazen public image and conflicts with his bandmates are distracting. That he's given so much attention to his mixed-reviewed side project, The Voids, is also an outrage to some fans. Certainly, the Strokes deserve the underground renown. It's just that if they've lost a wide audience consistently over time, Casablancas stands at the center.
I get it right sometime. Maybe not tonight.
Number 7. FiveFinger Death Punch. Ivan Moody. FiveFinger Death Punch exemplifies inflammatory mainstream metal, with a frontman to at least match that brand.
I remember when all the games began. Remember every little lie.
Ivan Moody's harsh songwriting, vocals, and stage presence are definitely not for everyone. But even the band's niche has been disheartened by his volatility. This has compromised live performances and led to serious conflict within the band. Even more disturbing is a history of violence against women.
I'm a little bit dry today. If feel like I could die today.
When Moody finally went to rehab in 2017, guitarist Zoltan Bathory referred to him on Facebook as a cancerous, painful, toxic, useless anchor. The 5FDP community has become more welcoming of Moody since he got sober. Of course, that community remains limited by his heavy style and even heavier past.
I feel like Jekyll and Hyde.
Number 6. Fall Out Boy, Patrick Stump. From the recesses of Chicago's hardcore scene, Fall Out Boy rose to stardom as a pop rock act.
Hope this is the last time, 'cause I never say no to you.
Fans can thank the rich voice and showmanship of Patrick Stump. So too can the critics. He became an independent brand who dragged his energetic bandmates out of their punk roots from the beginning, then kept dragging after their reunion in 2013.
I'll keep you like an oath, may nothing but death do us part.
This came in the wake of Stump's mediocre at best solo career, marked by online backlash and other multimedia enterprises. Many rock traditionalists have long dismissed Stump for his unconvincing swagger and shrill soul influences.
It doesn't matter who's around.
The talent is there, earning Fall Out Boy mainstream popularity behind a contrived icon, but just as many listeners believe they've fallen from grace under Stump's ill-fitting leadership.
I'm a needed man, I'm a lesser evil, oh so intricate, oh so intricate.
Number 5. Puddle of Mud, Wes Scantlin. Highlighting the post-grunge craze of the 2000s, Puddle of Mud was never a hit with critics.
Everything's so blurry and everyone's so fake.
The heavy hooks were overpowered by Wes Scantlin's trashy, generic lyrics and vocals.
Can you take it all away? Can you take it all away?
As jarring as his register shifts are, his ability and energy in concert are even more inconsistent. Beyond that, a history of bizarre crimes, lip-syncing, and domestic violence made him a pariah.
I can't control you, you can't control me.
This volatility has made it to the stage, with Scantlin barging out of a show in 2014 and his bandmates doing the same during a rant in 2016. This is just a taste of the embarrassing public image that devalued Puddle of Mud after a few early hits. Of course, Scantlin never won over particularly discerning listeners. Number 4. Creed, Scott Stapp. Multi-platinum Grammy winners Creed have been very commercially successful.
Well, I just heard the news today.
Critically, however, they're a popular punching bag through frontman Scott Stapp. His taste for ballads and religious overtones leave grunge purists baffled.
Welcome to this place, I'll show you everything.
Still, Stapp maintains the genre cliches in his exaggerated vocal style, complemented by a dull, self-aggrandized stage presence. Finally, his struggles with mental health and substance use temporarily ended Creed in 2004. The instrumentalists would go on to form Alter Bridge to great renown behind vocal virtuoso Miles Kennedy. Meanwhile, Stapp has had a middling solo career and been sued for under-promoting the group Art of Anarchy. He surely deserves respect for his philanthropy and turning his life around. But Stapp may be beyond redemption with many rockers. Number 3. Razorlight, Johnny Burrell. Critics felt that Johnny Burrell's vision was not as stylistically creative as it should have been in the heyday of British indie rock.
What a drag it is, the shape I'm in.
Razorlight still earned a strong following, but Burrell himself is a different story. His boisterous, haphazard vocal style doesn't exactly hook.
All my life, been watching America. All my life.
And for all his conventional bouncing around the microphone, he's a limited live showman. Nonetheless, Pharrell is infamous for an obnoxiously high opinion of himself.
But now I just can't help myself.
He never lived down an NME interview in 2004 in which he referred to himself as the greatest songwriter of his generation. The reviews and sales for his 2013 solo album suggest otherwise. Pharrell may have owned up to his ego over the years, but his many critics offer quite the humbling.
Yes, I go before I fall to pieces. Yes, I go.
Number 2. The Stone Roses. Ian Brown. Co-founding the Manchester scene of the 80s and 90s, the Stone Roses achieved immortality with just 2 acclaimed albums. This was due to Ian Brown's songwriting and in spite of his musicianship. He's practically legendary for contrasting the band's rich sound with flat vocals. No less bizarre is the tediously weak dancing when this dance rock icon performs live. When the Stone Roses first disbanded over legal, personal, and performance issues, not even fans expected much from the frontman's solo career. He wound up being a commercial and critical success. Still criticized for how he performs his versatile material, Brown's resilience is nothing less than a phenomenon. His innovative vision has cultivated a loyal niche, but his much maligned execution has limited wider appeal. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst. If new metal haters single out Limp Bizkit, they're usually singling out Fred Durst.
Now I know y'all be loving this right here. L-I-M-P, Biscuit is right here.
At the center of admittedly heavy grooves are crass lyrics that range from laughable to disturbing. Durst's smug, angry rapping hasn't appealed much to hip-hop fans either.
This platinum thing right here, but we're doing it all the time. So you better get some better beats and get some better rhymes.
All of this and an overwrought stage presence would be more forgivable if not for his public reputation. Durst allegedly escalated the infamous riots of Woodstock '99 and has certainly had a long history of feuds and violent behavior.
Just give me something great.
Getting in on the right movement at the time, Limp Bizkit remains a cold force on the talents of the instrumentalists. But less nostalgic listeners have trouble getting past one of the most divisive frontmen of his day. What bands are a new singer short of being one of your favorites? Step up to the comments.
So I'm very sorry I can't sing the tunes.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.